Well, good afternoon, everybody, or good night. It's getting late. I've got Erik here, Erik Cryder from California. He came all the way down here to join us again. He's been down here before in the past. In Oregon too. You came here. You came here once.
December 3rd and 4th.
Yep, that's right. So he's got his Lavoie shirt on. He's going to go into the jail cell here tonight. His goal is 13 hours, and he's got a big day planned tomorrow. Visitations and prisoners here in the prison, and he's also planning on going to church tomorrow. So we're running a little bit late, and we've had a big day today. We've had a big group of everyone. Kelly and Gavin and a bunch of the others all went in town today in Prump and took one of these jail cells with them and brought a lot of awareness to the locals that didn't even know we're here yet. There's so much to be done always, and it's so hard to be everywhere at once. But hello from New Jersey. How you doing, Ray? So we're fixing to get started here. I'm fixing to put the handcuffs on Erik, and we got other people going in this jail cell tonight. Looks like we're gonna have an all-nighter out here again. Maybe not for me, because I'm gonna go to bed after a while. I'm gonna handcuff them and leave. But I know we wanted to talk just a minute before we handcuffed you, but I know you felt that this is something you wanted to do because of Ammon Bundy and have this experience. What do you have to say?
Well, back when they showed up at the refuge in January 2nd of 2016 is when I first heard and started researching, felt the spirit of what Ammon and the people were doing, and started researching, and that spirit hasn't left me. And so I know this is a righteous cause, and we need to bring awareness. We need our country back, and to hear what's happening in these prisons is appalling. Everybody should be appalled by it. So if I can do a little part to help feel a little bit of a sense of what they're going through, and hopefully if we can raise a little bit of money to help them to fight this battle. We all need to fight it together. So that's why I'm here. The Spirit of the Lord is directing me to come and help and be a part of this.
The needs are really large for so many families. So many families that are in need and need help. Unless you went through a court case like this, there's no way to ever express to you that what these families are going through. Every single one of these families that are missing their fathers, their sons, their husbands, there is no way that I can ever tell you. I had my father in prison, and I know how it is, and I could never express to you exactly what that feeling's like. These children at home haven't seen their fathers in months, and for us to do this little part and stand out here in support for these guys is so small to what these guys are going through in here. Erik got to meet another young man that was from Prump here, I think, that actually spent 3 years in this prison.
He's not from here, but he works here now.
He works here now.
And he stopped because of everybody walking around in town, and with some of these ladies with their handcuffs on and with prison abuse, and he was tearful. He's like, I served 3 years there, and he had to stop.
Yes.
He's here with us tonight, sharing, and
he's down here
with us.
Yeah, he's down here tonight. He had a story to tell you that was a little different than we've heard from some of the others, because there's so many stories we've heard. One of these stories was how they bring the riot police in here, a riot, some kind of thing.
He says they practice on them, on anybody that's in there. They practice with the bean bags and the gas. They'll just come in and attack a cell just to get practice on going and taking people and telling them to get down. He says they do it all the time.
It's horrible, some of the things that we're hearing about.
And he doesn't necessarily want to go on video, but he's sharing with us, and so we respect that.
Yes.
But he's out, he's working again, he's starting his life over, and working hard, and that's what we're trying to do, is help people to be good again.
The way I look at this myself is that some of the guys that have went through some of the wars that we've known in the past, and some of the things they had to do, some of these veterans, it's hard for them to talk about those things afterwards. The way they treat these prisoners in here is humiliating and degrading and horrible, and it's criminal. and they're afraid to talk about it later. For one, they could be attacked or repercussions or go back to jail on probation violations. So many things that they are facing that could happen to them that kind of scares them. Let alone the embarrassment part of being raped and stripped their clothes multiple times.
Yeah,
and
they're stripped all the time. Anytime they're moved anywhere, they're changing their clothes. They always are stripped out. Just as maybe their underwear. The only time they're stripped, the other time, I forget what he said, is when they are body cavity shirts and stuff for maybe when they leave the cell, out the jail and stuff. But
wow. Well, we're going to put the handcuffs, unless you have anything else to say. We're going to get the handcuffs on Erik here. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit so when he turns around you can see me handcuff him. I've going to put these on you here. Yeah. Yeah, you can.
You can put them not on that.
Okay, like right there. Okay. I'm not going to put them tight. Is that too tight?
No.
Okay. And I'm going to lock that one so it doesn't keep tightening up. And this one over here. What's that? Oh, right, the sleeve, yeah. Can you turn your arm in there? No?
You can actually tighten a little bit. It's probably better.
Okay, we actually need your arm turned. Let me see how it looks here.
Okay, keep the wrist there.
I'm gonna turn your arm a little bit different. It's gonna actually hurt you worse if you don't.
Okay. She went through it, whatever she did.
Yeah.
Sal Anderson said, "God bless Erik."
There we go. And I'll lock that. This is how they. Oh, yeah, move your shirt. Okay. This is how they handcuff Ammon, with his hands up like that, and it's actually a little bit better, but it's also worse. You got it. How does that feel?
Good.
Okay,
For now.
Hi, Gina.
We'll get you in there.
Hey, Erik, Gina wants to see you on Terminal Island on the 17th.
Okay. 17th of June?
17th of June, Gina? What about the 4th of July?
I don't know about
No, I'm talking to Gina.
Oh.
She didn't write back. Something's going on the 17th. We'll have to get in touch with her and find out what's
Terminal
going on.
Island for the Hammonds?
Yeah. No, I know the Hammonds are there, but I know we were talking about doing the 4th of July.
She said
Gina
yes.
says yes. Yes. So I don't know,
Oh, go ahead.
June 17th or July 17th, Gina?
We've got one other question here. Eric Lee, Echo Lee actually says, where are the donations going tonight? We talked a little bit about that.
For me, it's the Bundy Defense Fund.
The Bundy Defense Fund.
Yeah.
So the Bundy Defense Fund is what Eric's requesting. Anybody who wants to make donations, we're going to have Lindsay go in, and we're also going to have again Roxanna Ryan going in the cell next to us here in just a little bit. And they're trying to raise money for Joe Robertson and Carrie Robertson. So we're going to have a couple of things going on here tonight. We've got Lindsay over here and Roxanna right there too. And they're both going to go at the same time. And they're also going to offer shirts at the same time too. And I think those shirts are, go ahead and tell us real quick.
So the shirts are for Carrie Robertson. They say stop prison abuse. They're gray or red. And John Lamb's vision of having a national march on prisons in your town, it would be the perfect shirt to wear and support Stop Prison Abuse. We're also going to come out with another shirt that says Restore the Constitution. Those two things we're going to march for on Independence Day this year. And you can do this in your community, in any jail or prison.
So these shirts would be awesome to wear on this 4th of July march. And that would be Stop Prison Abuse or Restore the Constitution are two of the t-shirts that we're going to offer people. And then that funds are going to go to Joe Robertson.
Okay. Yeah, because the last time I was there, I was by myself.
Oh.
But I didn't notify people right away.
You can stand as one.
I know the cops came for me.
You only have to be yourself.
The cops even came for me once.
There you go.
So this march, oh no, you're okay. This march, what we're doing, Kristen, it's going to be we're going to make an event on the on a page here as quick as we can, but we're going ahead and announcing it and posting it out there. And this is the 4th of July. We're asking everyone nationwide to find a prison or a jail within their state and stand there with a sign, wear a t-shirt, carry a flag, and protest in your home state. If you can't come to Nevada, Oregon, or any other states where other people are doing it, you can at least do it in your home state. There's a jail where there's people being abused nationwide or being locked up unconstitutionally without due process, not getting their rights to a speedy trial, their right to bond or pretrial release. This is happening nationwide, and we want to make an awareness of this nationwide. And what better day to do it than the 4th of July on Independence Day? We want independence for the country, and so that's what we're wanting to do on the 4th of July. And we want to spread this far and wide, tell everyone about it. We'll make an actual event page. Gavin Simon, I think, is going to help with it. Kelly Stewart, myself. We'll get this out to everybody. Lindsay's going to help. We're asking everybody's help out there. It's not just us. It's about everybody. This here is Erik Cryder. He's from California, and his goal is in here 13 hours. And he just began here at 10 o'clock. We was trying to get him in here way earlier because we have a long night and a big day planned tomorrow. A lot of people's out here. They've helped out all over today, trying to bring awareness throughout the town, and still here at the prison.
And after that live stream, John, they can join the Free Navy Veteran Joe Robertson page and watch Erik and us.
So yes, so when this live stream goes off, we'll try to charge it up and keep going throughout the day. Hi, Peggy. We will what is that again? What was that again, Lindsay? It's the Free Joe Robertson page. But we'll go on another live stream just shortly, and it may be running most of the night. I'm not for sure. But it's Lindsay's page, Free Joe Robertson.
Free Navy Veteran Joe Robertson.
Free Navy Veteran Joe Robertson. Tongue twister for me right now. Thanks, Kristen. I didn't really catch your message yet. There's a lot going on down here, so I didn't catch your question yet. Jackie Palmer, that's a good question. We have been fighting hard. These attorneys have been fighting vigorously, trying to get a different venue. It has been nearly impossible in these corrupt court systems. That's one thing I keep saying. I wish the world could see these courtrooms, the corruption that's going on, and just witness it for yourself. Just one day, I challenge everybody to sit in one of these courtrooms one day and witness the corruption that's going on. Then tell me if there's any justice, or how can these attorneys fight these corrupt court systems. There is no justice in there. It isn't just the Bundy case. It isn't just Joe Robertson. It isn't just the Hammonds. It is rampant across the country, everywhere. We're seeing this in cases the East Coast, in Florida. There was a member of a grand jury that got locked up down there in prison in Florida for speaking out on the grand jury and saying this was a bad case, and they ended up prosecuting that for being on that grand jury. That agent that was here, I'm not positive myself exactly who he was or if he was just bragging, but there was a guy that claimed to be with the Department of Defense, but he never showed us any paperwork for it, and most people that works for that department would not be bragging on it, even if he was, and it isn't even his jurisdiction in this kind of thing. But he bragged about a lot of things. Seemed like a nice young man, but he did show us a military ID for the Marine Corps. So we know that he was definitely at one time in the Marines, or possibly still is, but he says he goes by different names, and I've never seen really a Marine brag quite the way he did. even if he was undercover working somewhere, it doesn't make sense that he would actually disclose any of this stuff to just the protesters out here. If he was, especially if he was trying to work against us, and he definitely is not going to tell us if he's doing that. That's not protocol for sure. A lot of things didn't match up with this guy. So whatever he was doing, I personally don't believe he was actually what he says he is. I think he was just some Marine and a young kid.
You know, another thing I learned, because like you're saying, go witness these things in court. When I was able to be privileged to go to Oregon and witness there, 2 weeks after that, I served jury duty.
Wow.
I encourage everyone to serve jury duty. Learn about jury nullification and go serve. It's our duty to be on the jury. I mean, that's part of the thing of how to keep some of these people out of prison too, is if we go become and be those 12 jurors to listen to the case and then judge, make that ruling together unanimously. The federal court was totally different than my local county court, my superior court. The judge was totally biased, or not biased, totally different. The case was amazing. They let the Constitution in there. They say under God when they take oath. In the federal court, they don't. And so when you go in to be a juror, you're put into a pool of like 300-400 people for that day, like on a Monday, and then they call you in, and then usually a lot of people don't get called. A lot of them don't even want to be there. You're missing work, you don't get paid. But the way I put it is, what if you're put in that situation? Wouldn't you want a juror of your peers to actually want to be there to witness and give you a righteous trial, and be tried according to your crimes or not crimes. So I think that's one thing we lack in this country is people don't want to be jurors. They think it's a burden. You don't want to be there. You don't want to support your fellow brother and sister because you think they're a criminal and you don't want to waste your time. But please go be a juror. Fill out your jury notice and go in and serve and want to serve. It helps out so much. I felt the Spirit so much. I was able to. We found the person that we went in for not guilty because of all the information that was put forward. He wasn't guilty of the crime. And the prosecution was surprised at our decision, but we unanimously came up with that decision because we found him not to be guilty.
And you were educated, and you knew the system to be able to make an informative decision.
It was neat to be with actually there was 16, or no, there was a total of 18 jurors, I think, because they have alternate jurors just in case something happens.
Right.
And so it was neat to be able to work with so many different people, but to come to a unanimous decision because we looked at all the evidence and understood that he wasn't guilty. It was an amazing process to me. Like I said, if I was being tried, I would want people that want to be there to help me.
Well, we just had somebody, Deb Gibson, said that she served on jury duty, and she says that the courts hide a lot, and they don't show everything.
This court did for me. My superior court in Ventura County.
No, superior courts are, yeah, you're right. They do follow the Constitution.
But the federal courts were totally corrupt.
No, they are.
Totally opposite.
I think our superior courts are more like our common law courts, and our federal courts are the admiralty courts, and the admiralty courts are the federal courts, and those are the corrupt courts.
And they treat you totally different. When you swear in to tell the truth, they don't say under God.
They don't even use a Bible.
Yeah, in the
Where's the Bible?
Court, you do.
Yeah, but in the federal court there is no Bible.
So it's amazing. Why are they different? They shouldn't be any different.
Carrie said thank you. Carrie, this is Erik inside, and she says she appreciates all that you're doing tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Carrie McLaws. Thank you, Carrie.
getting all set up. Going to put Lindsay from Colorado and Roxanna from Montana in the other cell in just a moment.
And this is Roxanne's second time.
Her second time. She spent over 13 hours in there already one night.
Yep.
Kelly spent 10 and a half. So
Erik's going to try and beat the ladies. That was his goal tonight.
I'm disappointed in the guys. The girls are kicking butt on all the guys.
High five me. You can't.
Our women are more patriotic than our men. Where are you guys at? Come on. Are we standing together or not?
No, we are. Just women just, they can have a baby.
I know.
So that's pretty tough. If you can go through 24 hours worth of labor, you know what I mean? You can stand on your head for 13 hours. Not taking anything away from the men out there.
And the wind is blowing out here tonight again. It's starting to pick up.
Yeah, I had some people saying that.
That's good. It makes it a little cooler in here.
We're having some problem with hearing us probably. We're going to try to get another camera rolling in just a few minutes, and we'll switch over to Joe Robertson's page. I think that's Navy Vet Joe Robertson. I think that's what it's called. Somebody, we'll have it up in a minute, and we can switch everything over.
Did you have a Twitter account to put that on Twitter?
I don't. I've never done.
Somebody just asked, and that's another way of getting
I've never
this out
done
fast.
Twitter at all. So
we're gonna have to learn how to do all that. We need a couple of young kids to
There's
teach
a first
the old people how to do
everything
that.
so far. So.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time yet with Facebook, answering all the messages that come in. I literally get hundreds of them a day. Give you a little bit of what we do around here. I'm usually up every morning by 7 o'clock, if not earlier, sometimes even 6. And there's guests from around town here to come in, and the last, I don't know, 6, 7 mornings, I've been fixing breakfast myself. I cook bacon, eggs, potatoes. Sometimes there's a little bit of help that helps with that. As everybody gets up between, it's around 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I'm feeding breakfast. Then we go do part of the Jericho March by 10:30. That takes us over an hour to go around here. We play music for the guys, and that's usually between up to 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. The mail comes around 11:30 to 12. We get the mail. We run into town and do things if we got to pick up supplies and stuff. We get back, we fix lunch and stuff. Then at 2:30 we do the Jericho March again. And between all of that, and we're done again by 3:30, 4 o'clock. And between the company that comes in and the visitors that come in, we're busy all day long. Cleaning camp, catching stuff with the wind, buttoning down tents, inviting new guests to come in and they leave. So I mean, it's a never-ending thing. Answering messages and answering the phone, cooking dinner. So it's pretty much non-stop around here for sure. And then doing live streams in between that. And everybody has been such a big help from this community here in Pahrump, from across the country. They have sent us battery chargers. They have sent us generators, sleeping bags. We got kites in the mail today to fly high up here. American flags, other type of flags. We have had then we've had to move from one property to another since we've been here. So it's been a lot of work down here. We're never setting for very long of a time, and it's also we're in extreme heat. And they say it's only springtime. We're not even hit summer yet. We find some other handcuffs? Oh, not yet. Did we get some handcuffs? Okay, good deal.
That was our man that we met today too that served time here.
Oh, yes.
I'm doing it for him too.
Yes. Did he leave?
No, he's got to go to the restaurant.
Okay.
But I don't know if he wants to be on video or not.
Okay.
I have to ask him.
No, but I told him to come over and look at some of the comments, and he's very. It's a.
But I know it's touching to him.
Well,
yes.
Even this, even though I see these when I'm watching from home, and to see the comments like live and being here and seeing it, it's pretty. It's
different
every
than
time,
being at home. Yeah.
Well, no, it's still the same because it's still emotional, you know.
Yeah.
But it's quite overwhelming when you actually see it. So.
Well, it's like this morning when Gavin did the video of Ryan Bundy's call. To be here to witness his voice coming from a jail, going through a speaker back to the jail from outside was pretty neat.
No, I'm not in Montana, Echo. I'm in the desert here. Right now, this is my type of temperature. It's cool out here, the wind's blowing. But I've been working on a suntan that I didn't expect to get. I'm getting baked.
Especially if you fall asleep with your head up.
Oh, I know. I fell asleep this afternoon in a chair right in the sun.
Get you a little drew cup too.
I thought you looked a little more purple when we got
I know. Last week I didn't say much to anybody because I didn't want anybody worrying about me. But I'm healed up now, so I'm barely limping. But I stepped on a rock back here in the desert, and it went plumb through my shoe and into my foot.
Oh.
And I was barely making it for a couple days, but I made it. But pretty sore, but it's healed up now.
Did it actually puncture your
It punctured
foot?
plumb through the shoe. I had to throw away the shoes.
Some of the rocks out there are very pointy and they're very sharp. And
You raising money or what?
I might have to try Twitter sometime. Right now I'm having a struggle just trying to stay on Facebook and trying to keep up with everything here. I don't know if I can handle 2 different pages or not. I know a lot of people say it's a good way to get more messages out. I've got a little bit of help doing administration. Okay, we got more handcuffs now, so we're gonna.
What are we running here? Prison for profit?
We've got a lot of set of handcuffs around here. We've got 2 more pairs right here.
Slap someone?
Yeah, if we're gonna, I think, put them on Roxanne and.
Look at Roxanne, she just smiled.
I haven't had a pair of handcuffs on a long time. About due.
Yeah.
You want to throw me in there?
We can for a few minutes. We're gonna put.
Are you going back in again?
We're going in an hour.
Yeah, she was going to.
Okay, so we might have to do that in a while, but we will. Where are you leaving?
Add me to the list.
Where are you leaving?
Next week.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when. Still got food and water.
Yes. Well, we got plenty of food here, so don't starve to death out there.
Yeah, no. I got food left.
We got Robert here from Oklahoma, and he's pretty self-sufficient. He works out here on his job from right here from camp. He does the Jericho March and pretty faithful.
Hey David, are you going to come by again tomorrow?
I'm thinking of joining you right now.
The T-shirt Gene stands for, it's a cattle brand. It's Lavoy Finicum. He was murdered by the police January 26, 2016 in Oregon. And that's Lavoy's cattle brand that he had on his ranch in Arizona.
So it was his 18-year-old daughters that had to take over ranching duties.
45 people, yeah, see? He's a rock star.
And it's late too, this time of night.
I know,
Everybody's
that's
going to
what,
bed.
yeah.
And the weekend.
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Holiday weekend.
Well, I wonder how many people are seeing 2 of prisoners in there now because they drink so much they're seeing double. Maybe we'll get twice the money then. Huh? You ever put 2 people in there?
Thanks, Gene.
So what's up? What are we waiting on?
Yep. Jeanette Finicum still has that brand. That's her brand. And a lot of people wear that brand and have that all over.
Oh, for people to go in? Yeah. No, he knows who's going.
Well, we got her. She's going in, and then another lady for a little while. I don't know how long they're going to stay. And we're going to have a full house tonight.
Yeah, you got to get in line for this. You've already been in already. Yeah, I've actually done it before. I mean, why not give it a shot?
You're a veteran of the jail.
Yeah. And you can say a few words and help the people understand.
It's 1:30 a.m. there. Wow. There's Echo Lee's watching from. It's 1:30 a.m. where he's watching. So
I went in at 10.
yes,
So
10 o'clock.
11 is where I got to make it to.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
And then I got to go to church over there. I got to figure out when the last one shows up.
Here in Florida, it's 1:30. So Debbie's in. Florida. It's 1:30, so they're on that East Coast area and way south. I don't know if you call the Florida East Coast or not, but
It's East Coast.
is it East Coast? Okay. And Cindy says it's 12:30 in Wisconsin. Judy says in Ohio it's 1:38. Talking about late. Yes, it is. And it's late to me right here. I'm ready to go to bed right now. You're welcome, Nancy. So we got the rest of our people here. You putting their handcuffs on, Gavin, or?
I can do it.
You,
Where's the? We got a set of keys handy.
I have one key right here.
John's like, I swallowed the key.
Loose as you can. She's at.
Loose as you can.
We'll turn this over this way for a minute.
How do you want to just hold this?
Yes. You want to turn it sideways? Or do you?
Funny
Oh,
on Joe's video.
okay. Are you ready?
You just have to hit go live. I won't. Oh, you got it in your phone. That's good.
What you guys got on there?
Our
Red wine?
pom-poms.
Pom-poms.
This is Las Vegas. We have girl shows.
This is the one that's going right now.
This is hers.
It's not going yet.
Good. Let's turn it sideways because this
Well, she said it won't go.
Well, the Joe's page will look okay.
It actually looks
It
better.
looks better sideways.
I know exactly who he was. He was the most highly decorated Marine. You know, he's the only man living.
It actually gives you a wide screen.
That's probably because you turn it after you start.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, before you start it.
You got to access the text.
You probably want it front facing so that you can read the comments about him.
the other thing
Yes.
that I want to tell you was that Smedley Butler is
Then you got power to this guy.
He also said that you're not a real Marine.
Hi, Jeremy from California. Marine from Oregon.
Was recruited by a bunch of Wall
And it's windy out here, guys.
Street guys, FDR. Smedley Butler.
She's like, I'm counting this.
10:30 in Washington State.
Is this ready to go live? And you got
12:30 in San Antonio, Texas.
At the end of World War I, there was a group of veterans who were promised a bonus.
And my phone's about to go dead, guys. It's had a hard day today. We're fixing to switch over to Joe Robertson's page.
Free Navy veteran Joe Robertson
So-
page. Or
so-
go to John Lamb or Lindsay Brewster's page, and the links are all there.
We'll be sharing them, yes.
Should we do it like they do on like
Right?
Get it out! Get on the ground! You terrorist!
Right? Oh no. Resist.
So, is this your first time, Lindsay?
This is my first time ever having cuffs on in my entire life.
Incredible story. It's called the
Congratulations. Oh, you're such a law on. Do you really want this band on that whole time?
It might be the first time for me. I don't remember if I ever had them.
He's the man.
I think I would arrange you want to take off. The first thing that happens is your fingers.
We're breaking up bad. It's the wind.
Broken government.
Let's try. I don't want to pinch you, so let's keep it in there reasonably.
In the moment,
How's that feel?
community, no one has any
Lock them.
Nobody has any tighter than I didn't know you met him. Yep.
Yes, Echo, we can post Jake Ryan's link again. What's Jake Ryan's link?
No, this is not for Jake. This
Well, no,
is for
somebody
Joe.
was just asking from the other day.
/Jake Ryan.
But this is for Joe. This is all for Joe, guys.
Joe Robertson.
Okay.
This is a great guy.
Get on the ground and sell. Okay, you ready? You're both going in?
Marine, you've never been handcuffed before?
No, if I was actually a cop, I just
Your turn's coming up.
It wouldn't matter to me. I'd just be like, get on the ground, old woman.
Like, okay.
And then I'd tell you, old
Yes,
woman, I
you
didn't
did.
mean
You
it.
called me.
You're not an old woman. You're just older than me. And I'm 32, so I figure you might be like 36. The things I say sometimes.
Facebook page, Free Navy
Push this back.
Vet Joe Robertson.
It's all in there, so you can all shout at each other.
Yes, Marine.
Look at that, 3 people. Now you can all see each other.
They can't even see each other in there.
We've
right?
also got Eric Parker's wife coming over yet tonight. So She'll be here anytime. Oh, there they are right here. They're already here. Let's come over here and we'll look at Lysander Spooner University.
Where's Lysander Spooner guy? I saw your video today for the first time. All right. I love Lysander Spooner.
Okay, so we got 3 guys in here. Okay, so
we got to look at all the group we got here, guys, behind us. We got a big group of people all behind us here. So we got a lot of people down here.
Okay, right on. So I'll let you take.
Looks like your ride never came back.
Wait a minute, we need some shout outs. You know what? Let me
Yeah. So okay, guys, we're fixing to go off of here, and this phone's going to go dead anyway. Go over to Free Navy Vet Joe Robertson page. You can find the link off of mine here too. And as you see again here, we've got a lot of people out here that are coming out here just join us around back from California.
Southern California, checking in, Camp Liberty.
We got my van parked right here for some lights. It's hard to see it. And then we got another light here.
Turn that off now, because I can crank this up as much as we need, so you don't have to leave your van there the whole time. Although it can't hurt having it parked somewhere nearby for you.
So okay, guys, go to the other page, Navy.
John, why don't you just tell them to share it and they can just refresh your page?
That's right. So I'm barely awake here. So good night, everyone. Have a good night. Go to the other page, and we're still on there. Yep. Have a good night, and we'll be back tomorrow on my page. But go over to the other page here. Have a good night.
The other